The other communication that I have is we had talked some of the study that was done in St. John's for their fire department over there, and as to how they should handle it, and it sounded like a pretty good idea to me. I'm just proposing that we might talk to the same fella, Mr. Notley. I've talked to him a couple times, and he would be willing to do a study for us. He asked me what we wanted studied. I said that it would just be good. He sent us a whole list of all of the municipalities that he has worked at. It's here if you want to look at the list over, that he's done studies for of different kinds. And I just told him I thought it would be good to review our current fire and ambulance operations, compare them to other entities, see how it's going, see how we compare. We might pick up some things that we could do that would help us, maybe nothing. The advantages and disadvantages of separating fire and ambulance services, determination of facility and other capital requirements, both now and for the future. And I know some of these things have been studied, but it would be, I think, profitable to have another outside look at it. Another thing might be to look at the outsourcing of ambulance service as opposed to in-home service. But you know, he would do anything we wanted, study anything we wanted, and I would just present this to the board. If you think it's worthwhile at all, we can have him come and talk to us, or if you don't want to.
Do you have a list of the stuff that you'd like to see?
Those were more or less a compilation of what he and I talked about. So.
Well, that's something you drafted, then it's not a cover letter from St. John's?
No. No. This is Mr. Notley.
Yeah, but was it sent to you or St. John's?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah. Well,
and that's what you discussed with him today, then, or yesterday?
No, it was a week ago. I've talked to him twice, but it's been a week or 10 days since I've talked to him.
Well, I thought yesterday you said you were going to get with him and see what he could do.
No, he said he would send me something. I hopefully have it by the meeting tonight, which I got it today in mail. So.
I said that was simple then.
Yeah. Is there any?
Jim, you didn't happen to read the study that was done on the St. John's?
I got a copy of it tonight. I haven't yet.
Okay. Have you read it, Gene? You know?
Yeah, I haven't seen it
We
either.
have none of us over here seen it.
Well,
tonight.
you guys are the ones that have. You haven't been to the previous two financial meetings, and that's what was given that first one that I was here and you weren't here. So that's where it came from. So that's why I gave you mine.
I know,
So.
but our drop.
It was not handed out at a finance committee meeting. That was a personal issue that I did. I was made aware of that report from St. John's. I took and went over there at their city offices, got a copy of it, went down to a printer and paid $30 to print off 6 copies and gave it to various sundry folks. It was an individual thing that I did, not as a member of the finance committee. Something that I thought that we need to do. After I read it, I thought it was, the light bulbs went on. It looked like we need to get a fresh opinion as to about what we should be doing because we're so polarized. And why we're here is because of what Diane said earlier. The opinion was for a $1.7 million building was going to cost us $2.5 million over 14 years. And a 15,000 square foot building. That's why we're here, because we couldn't afford to pay for that. That's why we're here. So why don't we get somebody that is an expert in the area and get a fresh opinion to take a look at how would we right-size our facilities, what are our objectives in our emergency services, and what should it be costing us, and how cost-effective are we? How are we doing? get a fresh opinion for somebody that ain't got any skin in this game. Why would you not do that? I mean, we got people that think they know everything, and we got people that don't know nothing. That's what we got. A bunch of us are somewhere in the middle.
Amen on that.
But what we do know is that the taxpayers are footing the tab. That's what we know. And we now know that you're gonna have no more than about $90,000 at the most to apply towards paying for equipment replacements and buildings. That's what you got. And it's probably gonna be a little less than that. And that's based on 600 ambulance runs.
I thought yesterday's finance, you had 105,000.
I had 105, but the range depends on how many fire runs you're getting and the revenue that you collect. The range is between 70 and 115. So the number that you basically can bet on is 90. Now, we discussed yesterday in the Finance Committee, if we take out the intergovernmental money, you know, from Middlebury and Over Township, that number drops by $25,000. So your $90,000 number gets to be 65 as a number that you can bet on in your pocket. And the balance, and almost the balance that you got today on hand at the beginning of the year is almost exactly that $25,000 times the number of years that Omesa has been in business. That's what you got. It's about 50,000 more, and would equal that total over the 8 years. And that's where you're getting your balance if you do all that.